Hi students, today we are going to discuss about sources of medieval India. Okay, sources of medieval India. So in the period, on this we are going to study about medieval period. How the temples, mosques, tombs, palaces are and forts are in that period. Okay, and the literary inscriptions what we got it on that period, that also we are going to see on this. Okay. The period from AD 700 to 1200 AD is classified as the medieval period. Okay, on that 1200 to 1700 are classified as 700 to 1200 is early medieval period, and 1200 to 1700 is later medieval period as it is classified, okay, by Indian history. Okay, so numerous and various sources are fortunately available. Lots of sources are available to know about the medieval period. Okay, so historians engaged on it. Okay, so inscriptions, monuments and coins also are the accounts left. Okay, that means we can know about from the coins and inscriptions and monuments about the Arabs, Persians and Turkeys chronically. That means order wise we can know about them. Okay, so in rich detail and have given rich detail and have given the first hand information on the life of kings. Okay, full detail is given about the life of kings, though they provide very little information on the life of the common people. They have given the lots of detail about kings only, so they have given the little information about common people. Okay, and the options of the courtiers and chroniclers are often one side, that means written in a hyperbolical language, and that means they have given the details about the one side, means they have given the details about the king only, so mostly they are not informed about the people. Okay, how they have lived on that period people, so they have given the detail about the king and how he did his work, like that they have given the detail about him and what are the achievements by the king, that detail and are given. Okay, so and we let us now explore the various sources available for the study of history of medieval. So what are the sources available we can see now. Okay, so what are the sources? Sources are the supporting materials, documents or records in the form of evidence, okay, that helps to reconstruct the past. Okay, sources means it is the material or document or record that we can know the evidence, we can know about the past. Okay, these are the evidence for us. Okay, it can be classified into two, that means primary source and secondary source. Which is the first source or main source, we call it as primary source, that another one is we call it as a second one is called a secondary source. Okay, so we examine the details about political, economical and social cultural developments with the aid of source. Okay, we can know the details about the political and economical and also social cultural development, how was in that period, we can from the these sources. Okay, so what are the primary sources? Okay, so primary sources are inscription, monuments and coins and the information available in them. Okay, from that we are getting the information is known as the primary source. And what is meant by secondary source? Okay, secondary source is nothing but literary works, the written work, literary works, chronicles and travels, biographies and autobiographies, that and we call it as secondary source. That means they are writing about them or on about them on and about their past they are written and kept. Okay. So inscription and writing engraved on solid surface such as rocks. The inscriptions, inscriptions, rock inscriptions, and also writing. Okay, they are written on that period on rocks, stones, temple walls, and metals. They are written and kept. Okay. The king's royal decrees the dedication and donations and monuments raised in commemorate of victories in wars. That means those who are given the high donations and monuments, and also what are the king did the victories, what is the achievement of the king in the war, what are the victories they gain. So that and all written on that. Okay, on that rock, stones, and temple walls. Okay, and also metals. And the disease warrior contain rich information about the concerned era. That means how they are lived in that period, that and all given on that. Okay. So various types of land gifted by the Chola kings are known from their inscription and copper plate. Okay. So Vellan Vagai, that means land of non-Brahmin proprietors. Okay. Next, Brahmadeya, land gifted to Brahmins. Okay, land gifted to Brahmins. Brahmadeya means land gifted to Brahmins. Next, Shagalabhoga, that means land for the maintenance of a school. Okay, to maintain a school they are given the land, that is called as Shalabhoga. Okay, then Devadana, that is land gifted to the temple is known as the Devadana. Next, Palli Chandam, that is land is donated to the Jain institution is known as the Palli Chandam. Okay, and this inscription is written on copper plates. Okay, which were treated as a legal document. That period they have kept as a legal document whichever is written by the copper plate. Okay. Oh, then it is a valuable one also. The Islamic Persian practices and relatively high cost of copper plates made palm leaves and paper cheaper alternatives from 13th century onwards. So several copper plates grant issued during the later Chola period. Lots of copper plates are issued. Okay, in 10th and 13th century to record gifts to individual priests or teachers who were Hindu, Buddhist, or Jaina, or to a person to eminence. That means whomever the person is given to that. Okay. Both the giver and also the receiver are very elaborately described on that plate. Those are giving the gift and those who are collecting that one and all, they are elaborately described on it. Okay. By contrast, most stone inscription differ in their content. Okay. In stone inscription, the beneficence of a donor is recorded. Okay, the stone donor, that means how much of the have given us donation, that is also recorded on the stone. Okay, so on that, if we see on the stone means major focus they have given to the giver, those who are giving the gift, that is concentrated on more. Okay, now Tiruvalangadu plate of Rajendra Chola I and the Anbil plate of Sundara Chola are notable example for this one. Okay, so Uttaramerur inscription in Kanjipuram district provide details of the way in which the village administration was conducted. Okay, so here you can see the copper plate. Okay, so on that how they are written. Okay. So temples, palace, mosques, tombs, forts, minas and minarets are called by collective name of monuments. Okay, these are all called monuments. So like minars means like Qutub Minar, like that the gopurangal, which is they are built it in a high. Okay, மிக உயரமா கட்டக்கூடியதான் மினார்ஸ் சொல்லுவோம். Okay, and the Sultan of Delhi introduced a new type of architecture. That means Kattadakalaya he has introduced a new type. Okay, the monuments they built had arches அந்த மாதிரி வளைவாக வந்துட்டு they have built arches, domes and minarets as the main feature. The institution of this monument contain rich information which can be used to construct history. Okay, it was in rich condition, it was used in to construct the history. Okay, so which can be in given in a history. The medieval Khajuraho monument, it is in Madhya Pradesh, and temple Konark, okay, in Odisha, and Dilwara in Mount Abu, Rajasthan. Okay, these are the very important and valuable and also understand the religion centers to about in North India. Okay, so temples in Tanjavur and Gangaikonda, that means the Tanjavur temple is called Bragadiswara temple, and Gangaikonda Cholapuram and Darsaram symbolize the magnificent structure of the later Cholas. What they have built in that period, it is the magnificent structure says about them. Vitala and the Virupaksha temple are Hampi similarly speaks of the contribution of the Vijayanagar rulers. So it talks about the Vijayanagar rulers, how they are built this one. Okay, and Qatul Islam Masjid, Motki Masjid, Jama Masjid and Fatehpur Sikri the Dargah, and that is in Delhi. Okay, all are in around of Delhi, and Charminar, Hyderabad are the important mosques are built in that medieval time. Okay, the forts of history important are Agra Fort, Chittor Fort, Gwalior Fort, and Delhi Red Fort, as well as the forts of Daulatabad, it is in Aurangabad, and Firozshah Kotla, it is in Delhi. Palaces in Jaipur, Jaisalmer and Jodhpur signify the greatness of the Rajput dynasty, that they have lived powerfully, and also they have built the palace in big size. Okay, so Qutub Minar and Alai Darwaza, the tombs of Iltutmish, Balban and all the Mughal rulers are the other prominent structure recognized as the valuable sources of information. Okay, that is the important information to know about the Mughal rulers. In cities in rings such as Firozabad and Tughlakabad in North India and Hampi in South India remain rich repositories of the history of medieval in India. That means rings cities பார்த்திங்கன்னா இதெல்லாம் வந்துட்டு என்ன ஆயிடுச்சு, புதையுண்டுருச்சு. ஓகே, in Firozabad and Tughlakabad in North India, Hampi in South India, ஸோ இதெல்லாம் வந்துட்டு புதையுண்டாலும் அதோட இதை பற்றிட்டு நம்மளுக்கு ஹிஸ்ட்ரி மீடியவல் பீரியட் மூலிமா அதோட ரிச்னஸ் வந்துட்டு நம்மளுக்கு தெரிய வருது. ஓகே, நெக்ஸ்ட் அபவுட் காயின்ஸ். The pictures and the legend on the coins convey the names of the kings. Okay, so they have give the symbol of the symbol as a king. Okay, on the coin. Okay, so it conveys the name of the king with their title and portraits, events, places, dates, dynasties and logos. Okay, so the composition of metals and so we can know about from the coins events, places, dates, dynasties and logos. Okay, The composition of metal in the coin given us the information on the economical condition of the empire. That means they have utilized the gold, silver and copper coins on that period. From that we can know the importance of the, that means how they importance and how they have rich in that period. Okay, so that means we can know the economical condition of the empire. Mentioning of king's achievement like military conquest, that means what are the places captured by them, and territorial expansions, what are the places they captured and what they have expanded. Okay, and trade links, what are the countries they have made a trade, and religious faith can also we can found in coins. Okay, so today up to this enough kana. So tomorrow we will see about religious literature and secular literature, books and biographies and autographies and all. We will see in tomorrow's class. Okay, thank you girls.